Oh, hi, everybody. This is Jennifer from Gals, Ghosts, and Ladies coming at you live from Lizzie Lou Studio. If there is anybody watching, you've got to let me know that you can hear me and that you can see me. I haven't live streamed in a couple of weeks. I do have, excuse me, I've got some new lighting over here, and I've got a new camera, and I've got my angle's a little narrower to suit my new camera. And I have a little bit of a different background today just because it's a bit informal, not quite my usual formal live stream. I need to grab a blanket. On my lap because, as I've told you, it is a little chilly in the Lizzie Lou studio, which is where we are live from. And I just want to remind folks that I am calling this Lizzie Lou Studio because I do live stream because my cousin Michelle, and her middle name is Lizzie, and my middle name is Louise. So this was just the perfect solution to call it Lizzie Lou Studio. So thank you, everybody, for tuning into the live stream. I do have a new camera. I am kind of looking around. You know me, I have a few notes. Not a lot. This is informal, so I didn't really like research anything. Well, maybe a little bit on the solstice, and we'll talk about that in a minute because that is what today is, the winter solstice. But again, thank you for tuning into Facebook Live. Thank you if you're watching on YouTube. Thank you for watching live now. And if you do watch at a later time, I appreciate that as well. Please like and subscribe. Let's see who's with me. Michelle. Hello, Michelle. And I love that picture of you and my Uncle Tommy. I just love that picture. And as I said, coming at you live from Lizzie Lou Studio. Let's see. What else? Thank you for watching. And if you're watching later, I appreciate that. I do want to remind folks that this is an 18 and over conversation. Sometimes we do talk about disturbing stuff. I am going to talk a little bit about the solstice and what I've been up to the last couple of weeks. Probably not so disturbing today, but still, let's keep it 18 plus. Pour yourself a cup of coffee, crack a cold beer, pour a glass of wine, smoke them if you got them. I know I did. Merry Christmas. Keeping up the Christmas spirit. Anyways, happy holidays, everybody. But yeah, this is an 18 plus space. Really make yourself comfortable. Like I said, pour a glass of wine, cup of coffee. I do have some coffee, caramel macchiato flavored too. It's delicious. One of my favorite things this holiday season is International Delight Caramel Macchiato. Try it if you like it, if you like caramel. And it's just sweet enough that I actually add less sugar when I use it. So anyways, very tasty. Um, Speaking of coffee, I would sure like to design a Lizzie Lou coffee cup, Michelle. So get to work. Maybe Lovey can do something like that because she's so creative. So a Lizzie Lou Studio coffee cup, and we could sell it as merchandise. So I would like that very much. What do you think? Um, And let's see, 18 plus conversation. So glad everybody is here. Let's see, what are we up to? I do want to show you a picture of Lizzie Lou Studio. Michelle said, okay, so I know what that's to. That's to talking to Lovey about a coffee cup. This is the current incarnation of Lizzie Lou Studio right now. So you see my computer, and over my computer, I actually have a webcam attached to the wall. I have a new camera, so I'm not using the one that came with my computer. I like this new camera much better. But yeah, it's attached to the wall. And then I have my portrait to the left, my gal's bright light, my skeleton cup. So many things about this space just make me happy. See that calendar to the right? That calendar actually lights up and changes colors. This photo has it in blue, but I'm looking at it right now and it's actually cycling through colors. I bought that for myself. And I have a colorful clock, and I've got, oh, and if you look at the top, the pink ghost, that is a gift from my dear friend Sybil. And I want to say thank you so much for that, Sybil. It really has a place of honor in my heart and in my studio. The pink ghost the pink background with the ghost with the bow, that plaque. Oh, hi, Kelly. Thank you. You do love this space. I really appreciate that. And then I've got my, take marker there, and my sign that says the studio that I got on Temu. My little pot smoking sign. You see that? Um, so yeah, and also if you look above my portrait, you will see a picture of Monique Too Soon. If you follow her on Facebook, I expect she may post a copy of that herself. I made it for her, random story, and at a later time I'll tell the full story, but randomly, Monique and I had a photo shoot done like within a week of each other, wearing the same peacock. It's called a peacock robe. In the color was teal, and and so, anyways, so there was a little funny thing for Christmas. We gave each other a picture of each other wearing the robe, and it was very funny. So that does have a place of honor in my studio. And Monique Too Soon is somebody I definitely admire in the paranormal community, and as a human being, and a parent, and a husband, and a great sense of humor, and just a really cool person. Check Monique Too Soon out on Facebook if you haven't already. So let's see, where am I on my list? Let's see. So I haven't been here for the last couple of weeks because 2 weeks ago I went to the lights at the Peter Oliver House. Kelly, you took the kids. Have to admit that shuttle bus was really easy to maneuver. I'm always like, oh, I'm going to park my car and take a bus somewhere else and with strangers, and it worked out really well. They did a really, really good job. And who doesn't love the Peter Oliver House, especially decked out in all its holiday regalia? So I do hope that anybody went that did have a lovely time. I had a nice time. I went with Carrie DeAngelis, my friend Carrie, and we had a lot of fun. We went out to eat at Dave's Diner, which is something I always do whenever I go to Middleborough. I really need to get a sponsor for these live streams because I get so many plugs out. Dave's Diner in Middleborough, a hamburger basket, chicken fingers and onion rings. Oh my God, you just can't beat it. It's a 50s diner with the red checked this and the black checked that, and the, all kinds of cool stuff. Highly recommend. So yeah, so that was definitely a lot of fun. And then last night I didn't live stream because I was talking about Monique Too Soon, because I went there. Oh, Kelly, you're heading over tonight. Yeah, the shuttle is really, really easy to maneuver. Of course, you're going to park at Town Hall, which has an abundance of parking, and you know that. And you might have to wait in line for the shuttle bus, so make sure everybody's dressed warmly. And also, you're going to be on the grounds of the Oliver House, so dress warmly. But the line for the shuttle moves quickly, and of course, the distance between the Oliver House and Town Hall, where the bus picks you up and takes you back and forth, is just a few minutes. And everybody's in good spirits because it's the holiday, so it's a very pleasant ride, and very well done, Kelly. Very, very smoothly done. So. Anyway, so that's what I did myself 2 weeks ago. And yes, have fun with your family tonight, Kelly. I love family holidays, all that kind of good stuff. And Michelle knows we had the best times growing up. But this is what I did last night. I went to the S.K. Pierce Haunted Victorian Mansion, hosted by Monique Too Soon, Rob Gautreaux, and the Paraclauses. And Michelle, I want to hide the banner for a minute. The Paraclauses, Derek and Candace Fetters, good friends of mine, but they are also the Paraclauses, and they do Santa Claus, quality Santa Claus, not your cheap department store Santa Claus. They're the real deal. It is Santa and Mrs. Claus, but they're also paranormal investigators, and just two of probably the most decent human beings I've ever met in my life. And I'm really proud and humbled to call them my friends. And then Rob Gautreaux in the middle, who is, he's a pet medium, but he also works frequently with Monique hosting these events. And there's Monique Too Soon, who is just the bomb. And like I said, check her out on Facebook, follow her, like her paranormal events are very, very fun. And she also does some drag events. And like I said, just an all around decent human being, and hosts a great ghost hunt. We had as many laughs as we did paranormal experiences. I just can't thank Monique and Rob and Candace and Derek for putting on a really, really inclusive event. And when I say inclusive, I mean, if it was your first ghost hunt, you were in the loop. And if it was your 50th ghost hunt, you were in the loop. And everything that they did, they explained what they were doing, explained the equipment. Oh my God. Rob Guttrow, let me pull his picture back up. Rob Guttrow, kind of the fella in the middle with the green shirt. He used to work for NASA, and he explained energy to us in a way that was really easy to kind of wrap our heads around. And again, just a decent human being. And he's a pet medium too. So look him up if you're interested in something like that. But yeah, it was just a very inclusive event. Everything was explained. Everything was fun. We did big group events. We split into smaller groups. Equipment was shared, experiences were shared, laughs were shared, food was shared, brownies. I'm glad everybody liked my brownies. I think I'm getting kind of famous for that. I don't bake them. They are from Stop and Shop. But somebody asked me last night, did you make the brownies? No, I made the trip to Stop and Shop to get the brownies. So, and I did bring them. So, but it was just a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to review my evidence. And we took a ton of pictures, and bear with me, I do have a little blankie wrapped around my waist. So that's where I've been the last couple of weeks and have not been live streaming. So I jumped on today just because I really miss it. I want to keep up with StreamYard. I do have a new camera and I do have some new equipment. Wanted to fool around with it so that I'm ready for next Saturday, because I am live streaming. I'm not sure what my topic's going to be. I'm tossing a few different ideas around. And I know my cousin Michelle and I are going to do a special presentation on the Kennedys, but I want to have all my ducks in a row for that. So I think I'm going to hold off till February for that, Michelle. But we'll talk before that, because that's going to be, you will not believe the stuff that I uncovered. And of course, Michelle is in our family. She's the expert on all things JFK. So I couldn't do this live stream without having Michelle as a guest and helping me along and helping me fill in the blanks. But I've uncovered some things that I think are even going to surprise Michelle, who, like I said, is really an expert on all things JFK. So stay tuned. Hopefully by the end of the year, which is really only 9 days away, I'll be posting a schedule for some upcoming live streams after the first of the year. Anybody who knows me and loves me, let me know what you think of the new camera. I think I look a little better. I don't look so pale and washed out. I have a new ring light over here. I wanted to say thank you to Matt Kondracki for giving me some professional advice on lighting, on camera angles, and what to look for. So I do really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Matt. I feel I definitely see an improvement. I hope you do too. Let me know, Michelle. And if it's really bad, Michelle, don't let me know here. Text me after the live stream. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate that. So I did show a picture of my studio. Let's see. Can you see? If you can see my speaker under my computer, to the right of that is a little, it almost looks like a little lava lamp. And this is what it is. Look at this thing. I bought this at CVS for myself. It was $5 and 30% off with your CVS card or whatever. And it changes color. It's like a little lava lamp. And oh, so it's just so cheap and it makes me so happy. And I've got it right here in my studio. I am gals, ghosts, and ladies, and we are just surrounded by pink, cool stuff. Thank you, everybody, for joining. It looks like we've got 4 people watching. I'm so glad that you're here. Let's see. So I told you where I've been the last 2 weeks, and coming up, I'm going to be posting a schedule. Also want to say thank you again to Kevin Thompson, because he's always giving me great ideas. If Kevin submits an idea, trust me, it's going to be a good subject for me to research and present to you, and you won't be disappointed. If you have a chance, go back to YouTube and watch the Haunted Jerome, Arizona. That was a Kevin Thompson suggestion. That was one of my favorite presentations and one of my favorite subjects to research. And those of you who do know me and know my live streams know that I am an absolute research geek. So, hi, Kathy Ferrara, Ghosted and Confused. Welcome. Thank you, everybody, for watching Ghosted and Confused. Oh, Michelle, I just got to post this. Michelle says I look great. Kathy Ferrara is definitely in the top 2 of my #1 fans. So everybody, thank you all so much for tuning in. So let's see. So today is the winter solstice. And when I decided to live stream, when I woke up this morning and decided to live stream, I'm like, what am I going to talk about? And Lisa Avi, #1 of my #1 fans. Hi, pal. Thanks for joining in. So yeah, when I woke up this morning, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll live stream. I feel like I've got to keep my my chops chopped or whatever, got to exercise my chops, whatever the expression is. So, and then like 20 minutes before I jumped on, I'm like, holy shit, it's the solstice. What a great subject matter that would have been. But I don't know a lot about it. And I really didn't have time to do a lot of research, but I did do a very little. And I've got some kind of cool things to share with you about the solstice. So for those of you who do celebrate the solstice, happy solstice. It is a big day for a lot of people. I am looking off to my side, to the side, because StreamYard does have a place for me to keep notes. It's not just here anymore, and I do like that. I mean, if I wanted to, I could have them on screen, but I think that would be too confusing for me. So let me throw out a few things about the winter solstice, and please feel free to drop some comments about the winter solstice, because I did not research this at all. This was a quick Google search, but I know there's some really cool stuff out there about the solstice. And this, like I said, doesn't even scratch the surface. So the winter solstice is it's the shortest day of the year. And what comes with the shortest day of the year? The longest night of the year. So we always say, oh yeah, it's the shortest day of the year. Well, it's the longest night of the year, the longest. So we're going to be in the darkness for the longest amount of time tonight for the entire year. It's caused by the Earth's axial tilt at 23.5 degrees. Pointing the hemisphere farthest from the sun. So we know that. So our hemisphere, if this were the sun, our hemisphere is pointed the farthest away from it. So Australians have warm winters. And that's really weird, Well, I guess it's not. I guess because Florida has warm winters and stuff too. So, but it's still so it's the opposite on the other end of the earth, obviously. So it also marks winter's start. The sun is at its lowest arc, casting the longest shadows. Oh, you know what those winter afternoon long shadows look like in that bright sun. That solar glare, if you're driving in it. Geez, I drove west to the SK Pierce mansion yesterday, and there was some solar glare going on. We were driving west at 3:00 in the afternoon. My brother-in-law, Will, and I, who he accompanied me to the SK Pierce mansion, and we had a blast. We had a blast and a lot of fun driving down, and got lost driving back. But anyways, yeah, that solar glare, so then it clouded over, and I was kind of relieved. Let's see, ancient cultures. Ancient cultures celebrated the solstices and the equinoxes. You've got the winter solstice and the summer solstice, and then you've got the vernal and the autumnal, vernal being spring, vernal and autumnal equinoxes. Where was I in my notes? Marking winter start with the sun and the moon casting long shadows. Ancient cultures celebrated the winter solstice with feasts and fire rituals like Yule logs and ceremonies for rebirth and prosperity. And modern traditions continue those with themes of reflection and kindness. So the shortest day of the year has the fewest hours of daylight and the longest night in this hemisphere. So yeah, it happens when a pole is at its maximum tilt away from the sun. It's the opposite of the summer solstice. And in the other hemisphere, it's experiencing the longest day. So again, in Australia. So yeah, it's not just that, Florida has warm winters, but Australia's literally experiencing the polar opposite of us. It's their longest day, etc. And also, I thought this was very interesting. I did not know this. So here, back to Obscura. I hear, me, always trying to find something, some little tidbit that you didn't know before you walk away going, oh, I didn't know that. Learned that from Jennifer Gals. The winter solstice isn't just a day. It's an actual moment in time. So for example, today, well, last year in 2024, it occurred at 4 something in the morning. And this year it occurred today at 10:53 a.m. So technically speaking, the whole day isn't the solstice, because it's really got to do with the angle of the sun in the sky. If you know anything, oh God, if you watch any Ancient Aliens, are there any fans of Ancient Aliens out there? You know that there's all kinds of stuff that line up. And when I say stuff, I mean things like precision sunlight into cracks that only occur on the winter solstice or at the summer solstice, or the equinoxes, that are so precision that even modern technology would have difficulty kind of repeating that. Any fans of Ancient Aliens out there, let me know, because some Ancient Alien stuff is definitely on my list of things to talk about. Not just the Ancient Alien theory, you know, of UFOs and stuff like that, but the real mysteries of some of the stuff in Egypt and in the ancient cultures. But yeah, let's see. Stonehenge actually aligns for the solstices. Egyptians, Celtic, Northern Europeans, and I kind of interpret that to mean kind of Viking type people, all celebrated solstices and were very well aware of the shortest day, the longest night, the symbolization of the ending of summer and autumn going into winter. The burning of the Yule log, it signaled prosperity. Let's see, rebirth of the sun. Rituals often mark rebirth, winter, shortest day of the year. Now we're going into longer days. And modern traditions, like I said earlier, include acts of kindness, sharing food. Well, we're a food sharing culture. I think most cultures are food sharing cultures. What do you do with people who are special to you? You break bread with them, whether it's family or friends. Come on, Lisa Aubie, what do? We go out to eat, and that's kind of our thing, and we break bread together. And that's really a special thing. So now I'm totally going to do an aside about something called refrigerator rights. Michelle, let me jump into my comments. I think I have some new comments. Lisa loves Ancient Aliens. Kelly loves these facts. Refrigerator rights. Michelle, you know who Uncle Glenn is? Uncle Glenn Sparks. He's not my uncle, but my family, he's related to some family members of mine, Glenn Sparks. He's a professor of communications at Purdue University. And he wrote a book called Refrigerator Rights. Oh, hi, Sybil. I'm so glad that you could join us. Sybil did make it after all. Great. And Lisa does love Ancient Aliens. But Uncle Glenn wrote this book called Refrigerator Rights, and it's all about how the people in your life you can test or judge or put a relationship in its place. Oh, hi, Carrie. Thanks for joining. You can put a relationship in its place based on what your refrigerator rights are with those people. For example, when I go to my mother's house, I have complete refrigerator rights. I go in that refrigerator and I can open the refrigerator without asking. I can take anything I want out of my mother's refrigerator without saying, oh, were you saving this sour cream for something? Is this the only cold Diet Coke? Yeah, if that's the only cold Diet Coke, I am taking it, man. But now Sybil Perry and I are good friends, or we're becoming good friends. We're really just getting to know each other. But I think that Sybil and I both sense a good friendship coming here. I think we're building on that strongly. But if I went to Sybil Perry's house, do I have refrigerator rights? Absolutely not. They'd be talking behind their hand. This is the first time this girl's been to our house. We've only known her for a year, and she's going in our refrigerator and she took the last cold Diet Coke. No, I don't have refrigerator rights at Sybil's house. Now, Lisa Aubie, do I have refrigerator rights at her house? Maybe. I would go into I would probably open Lisa's fridge and say, hey, Lisa, can I grab one of these waters? Of course, Jennifer, take whatever you want. That's my refrigerator rights relationship with Lisa. So, and then, like I said, there's my mother. I go to my mother's house and I open her refrigerator and I take just about anything I want. My cousin Amanda, whose uncle it is that wrote this book on refrigerator rights. Now it's funny how things work out. I feel like when I go to Amanda's house, I have refrigerator rights. I can open Amanda's refrigerator and pretty much take out whatever I want. But does Amanda have refrigerator rights at my house? Amanda hasn't been to my house that many times. I go to her house quite frequently. I try to go several times a year to visit her and my favorite Auntie Mary. So again, judgment of relationship based on refrigerator rights. I hope you found that interesting. And if you have a chance to see, I do have refrigerator rights in Lisa's house. I knew that. But I would ask before I took something. At my mother's house, I wouldn't ask. I would take that last Diet Coke and then look around and find something to put back in the refrigerator. You know, that's how that shit works. And if you have a chance to read that book, it's short, it's an easy read, it's a fun read. Professor Glenn Sparks of Purdue University, he also wrote a book called Things I Learned Growing Up in a Donut Shop. Their family owned Dunkin' Donuts in New Jersey, and very, very funny, easy read, and totally relatable book. And I loved it because I knew all the cast of characters. Aunt Mary used to work there, Uncle Gary used to work there, Aunt Jeannie used to work there, Uncle Wayne used to work there. There's my shout out to my family. But yeah, so that was that book on refrigerator rights. And I'm sorry for that aside, but I hope you enjoyed that. So now I'm going to jump back to my notes. And actually, I said, shit, I'm never going to remember what I was talking about. I was talking about the solstice being a time where people break bread with each other, a time of celebration. It's interesting, and this is off the top of my head without doing any research, so I don't really know a whole lot, so I hope I don't skewer this too much. But I do find that there's an interesting overlap of like pagan celebrations and Christian celebrations, even though Christianity frowns on pagan celebrations. Because, you know, Jesus wasn't born on December 25th, and that's just a fact. I don't know the day he was born, but it wasn't December 25th. And Christmas trees aren't Christian, they're pagan. And so there really are so many in the basis of Christianity. And again, sorry for anything, not offending anybody, just pointing a few things out. Some real parallels between pagan rituals and celebrations and Christianity. Like I said, the Christmas tree, December 21st, 25th, kind of in that solstice area, rebirth, the birth of Christ. I think that it's a subject that this gal is going to probably do a little more research on and hopefully present something a little more intelligent than what I just kind of spewed out. But I hope you enjoyed those little tidbits. And let's see, modern traditions, like I said, include act of kindness, sharing food, meditation, things that we all do at Christmas time. We do acts of kindness. We are more likely to contribute to charity. We buy gifts to let the people that we know, that we love, know that we're thinking about them. Let's see. Oh, here's an interesting fact for all you pagans and winter solstice folks out there. Full moons on the winter solstice are very, very rare. The last full moon on a winter solstice was in 2010. And the next full moon on a winter solstice, well, I can assure you that every one of us watching this live stream right now are going to be dead and gone. The next full moon on the winter solstice is going to be in 2094. So I don't think any of us are going to be around to see that. So we probably missed just how special it was back in 2010, because there's not going to be another one for a long, long time. So let's see, weird pyramid things at winter solstice. I was sitting here with a minute and a half left and just did a quick Google search. Often refers to ancient structures built to align with the sun, creating dramatic light effects. That's kind of what I was saying. You find those weird lighting things. Places like, I'm sure I'm not going to pronounce them well, but I'm going to try my best. In my best Georgia Tsoukalos, Chichen Itza. I thought it was no, Chichen Itza. There is a serpent shadow that appears on the shortest day. There's one of the places, I want to say it's Teotihuacan, and I'm sure I'm pronouncing that one correctly. I don't, it's one of the places in Peru that's got one of those stairways. Listen, guys, if you think ancient Egypt is the only place with pyramids, you don't know Jack. There are more pyramids in Middle America and South America than there are in Egypt, and they're older civilizations. And there were civilizations that built these things that did not have the wheel. Again, I mean, I'm just like going like, well, I want to have that as a live stream topic. There's just so many things about these ancient civilizations that we don't know. There is a pyramid structure built in Central or South America that on the solstice, when the sun aligns, it's like a fuzz on my hand. When the sun aligns, it shows a stairway up to on the side of the, I wish I had a graphic of this. And like I always say, don't take my word for it. Look it up yourself. I'm trying to give you some stuff that maybe you haven't heard of before. Anyways, at the solstice, the casts a shadow showing the stairway where they believe that their gods or God had come down. Was it Viracocha? Look, that had been his name. But they think that he came out. It only happens on the solstice. Look this stuff up. It's pretty cool. Serpent shadow, Teotihuacan, southwest corner aligns with the winter solstice, influencing this entire city's grid. So in Teotihuacan, the grid of the entire city was constructed based on the solstice. So that, I think that kind of shows how sacred or important it was to them. Let's see, Karnak, Egypt. I think any of us that watches Ancient Alien knows about Karnak. Pillars aligned to let solstice light stream through, creating focused beams. And that is kind of what I said. So I think that there's a lot of stuff about the winter solstice that this gal certainly doesn't know anything about. I wish I did know a little bit more about it. And just this quick stuff that I copied and pasted certainly makes me want to know more about it. Let me bounce over to comments. Sybil, yeah, definitely some cool stuff. And yes, we'll have to come back and have a full moon party in 2094. That is a long ways away. If we live to be 108, Kelly, you, the way modern science is going, I don't know, but you might live to be 108, being the youngest one of this group. And see, Jesus was an April baby. What day in April do you happen to know? No, there's coffee in my tumbler. So I'm just trying to comment on everybody's comments. So that's kind of what I got going on. And other than the solstice, what aligns with the solstice? Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everybody. What does everybody have planned? Is anybody cooking? I priced out prime ribs this year, and it was just out. It was just out. $8.99 a pound. Put a small roast for me and my husband in the range of budget buster. So we're passing this year in the Payne household. We're getting Chinese food for the first time ever on Christmas. I don't have to cook. Nobody's got to wash dishes. It's just the two of us. Mom is working this year, so she's not coming. So that's what we're doing. But like I said, I have had some fun shopping. If I didn't show you guys this, I just keep shaking it because I just love this little, not a lava lamp, it's a little glitter lamp. And it changes colors. It's got a battery. Turns off. And turns on. And these are just a few, some of my favorite things that adorn kind of my gal's space. I also want to show you a couple of things. I still don't know how to use the camera the right way, so this is backwards, but this is one of my favorite gifts. It's from my friend and coworker, Kate. Ingenious ideas, courtesy of cannabis. Ingenious ideas, courtesy of cannabis. So I can smoke them if I got them and jot some stuff down. I also got this gift from Kate, Shirley Jackson, Dark Tales. And if anybody did tune in to my Thanksgiving live stream, I did a whole live stream on folk horror. I would encourage you to go back and watch it. It's really cool stuff about kind of horror stories in New England and old versus new, and the old religion, the new religion, sociogeographical isolation, and some real horror stuff that's horror even without being supernatural. And that's Shirley Jackson. So my friend Kate also gave me this book, and for myself on Christmas, my plan is to curl up on my couch in front of the fireplace and read some Shirley Jackson Dark Tales. But I also wanted to share another book with you guys. So I had talked about going to the S.K. Pierce Haunted Mansion. Oh my God, did we have so much fun. Please look up Monique Toussoun, Rob Guttrow, the Paraclauses. We had more fun than I just don't even know. So I met Monique Toussoun at the Emery Estate in Weymouth about a year and a half ago. She hosted a ghost hunt there, and it was so fun, and I met so many people, and I met my friend Trisha Lindsay there. In fact, I went with Trisha Lindsay last night, and Trisha and I have been on many ghost hunts together, and we always have such a good time, and we had fun last night too. But at the Emery Estate a year and a half ago with Monique and Rob, and also the Paraclauses were there, but this was in the summer, so they were just Candace and Derek for that. But they were leading investigations. And it was such a fun night and such an exciting night that Monique and Rob wrote a book about our night there. I just happened to be there, and they wrote a book about it. So when I went to this event last night at this place, this is the back of a sweatshirt. Trisha bought me a sweatshirt for Christmas, and that's the back of the sweatshirt. That's not a graphic. That's not a JPEG from online. Well, it is a JPEG, but I took that at the back of my sweatshirt. Is that wicked cool or what? Yeah, it is. So anyways, so when we were there at the house, Monique and Rob had a table set up, and they were selling merch, and this was some of the merch they were selling. So I had to buy the book because I was at this event that they wrote the book about. And I was totally fangirling, completely fangirling, and I had them both sign my book, and that makes me very happy. Let's see. And Rob says, Jennifer, be in good spirits, Rob Guttrow. And I love that. And to Monique, I asked her to mention gals, and she said, to Jennifer, my gal, Monique. And I just love that. I just love that. That just means the world to me. And I can't wait to settle in and read this book as well. And if you, I don't know where else it's available, but if you do want a copy, hit me up. I'm sure I can connect you with the people. This was only $10. This book was only $10. And that hoodie, S.K. Pierce hoodie, that was only $25. So I have to say that the merch that was available last night at the S.K. Pierce Haunted Mansion Ghost Hunt in Gardner, Massachusetts was really affordable and really cool. And like I said early on, I brought the brownies. You all know me. Kelly, you know me. Sybil, you know me. I brought the brownies. And they were a hit. They always are. And the waters were a hit. And it was just a lot of fun. And like I said, I'm just really fangirling over this book. I cannot wait to go in and read it. Because I may maybe not make an appearance by name, but I know I was definitely interacting and involved with the whole night, and it was just so much fun. So yeah, the merch was really affordable last night. And then like I said, we did some group activities. We took some pictures with the Paraclauses. I gave some raffle tickets out. I am going to, let's see, what can I do to give away a raffle ticket to somebody? I am going to write down literally right now in my red pen. You know what? I'm going to swap it out. I'm going to my purple pen on purple paper. Notice there's nothing here. I'm going to draw a circle. And I am going to drop a number between 1 and 50. And the person who comes the closest will win a raffle ticket for this. We were originally going to draw raffle tickets back in November, but the event was canceled. So I am still putting raffle tickets in a bag to draw probably after the first of the year. We'll be raffling off this brand new creepy doll head EMF detector, $50 value. And I am going to give away a raffle ticket for that for right now. Let's see. Kathy Ferrara's guess is 45. Let's get Lisa Aubie says 38. Let's get a couple. Sybil, Kelly, can you Kerry, throw some numbers out there? Let's see. Anybody else? All right. Well, I know we've got 4 people watching, so anybody else, we want to give everybody a chance. Kelly is saying 17, and Sybil, throw a number between 1 and 50 out there. And so anybody who does already have a raffle ticket in there, this will be a second chance for you that will go in there. So, all right, Carrie said, Carrie, it's between 1 and 50. Try again. So, Carrie. Wait, do I have sound effects? So try again, Kerry. We're going to let Kerry roll the dice again and come up with a new number. Come on, Kerry. We're going to wait for you. So I don't know about you guys. Like I said, we had Christmas kind of canceled in our house this year because Mom is working. So Sybil says 37. Okay. Kerry, we're going to wait for you. Come on, Kerry. Throw us one more number. Between 1 and 50. Right now, I've got 4 people. Kerry says 24, and I love the skulls. So, well, guys, I wrote down the number 33. Sybil, you beat Lisa by 1 point. Kathy, let's see, Kathy had said 45, Lisa said 38, Kelly said 17, Sybil said 37, and Kerry said 24, and number 37 wins. So Sybil is getting a second raffle ticket thrown in there. And Lisa, by the way, I have to send your tarot cards out. I'm going to send you tarot cards out. But stay tuned because I will definitely be giving more raffle tickets out. Yep. Congratulations to Sybil. Oh, Lisa, don't be sad. Hear what I'm saying. You're going to have more opportunities to win. You know me. Go back and watch my live stream from Thanksgiving on folk horror. And maybe on Christmas, I might have a little trivia on that. So, and Sybil, you're welcome. I'm happy to throw that in for you. So, gee, guys, all right, I guess I'm going to wrap this little impromptu live stream up. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Oh, and Michelle, if you're still there, you didn't guess. That's all right, Michelle. I love you. I love everybody for watching. And yeah, congratulations to Sybil for winning. Let me see, show that. Yeah. And Sybil says, thank you. And oh, Kelly nailed it. This would have to be the comment of the live stream. You know you have a psychic on the live stream when. Yeah, Sybil is a psychic medium and she guessed the number. Well, there's just one more yep in Sybil's kind of column there. And Merry Christmas to everybody. Please tune back in on Christmas afternoon. I'm not quite sure what time. It'll be probably like 4 or 5 o'clock, probably 5 o'clock, like a pie and coffee thing. Bring your favorite coffee cup, bring your glass of wine, smoke them if you got them on Christmas. I will definitely have some stuff to talk about then. And I want to see each and every one of you. I want to hear what you all got for Christmas. And thank you all again for tuning in. I do have some exciting news about my live streams coming up that I'm happy to share with you. And look at Lisa, we will share. Look at Sybil. See what kind of friends I have. These are not just fake Facebook friends. These are, oh, Sybil. Yeah, no worries, Lisa. I'm spelling it wrong. These are the kind of friends I have. Sybil's already saying that we're going to share, Lisa. We'll have to take Lisa on an investigation. Sybil, I went to Lisa, where did we go? Lizzie Bordenhouse. I went there with Lisa. So yeah, Lisa is OG when it comes to ghost hunting. So yeah, guys and gals, everybody who tuned in, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for watching live. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Thank you for watching on Facebook, and thank you for watching at a later time. Thank you for your critiques of anything that anybody said. I appreciate everybody being kind and every comment here. Thank you all for your participation, and all of you, my good friends, Kathy and Lisa and Sybil and Kelly and Carrie and Michelle and thank you all, and hope to see some of you on Christmas, and hope to see all of you on December 27th, when I'm not sure what I'm presenting, but I assure you it will be a good topic. Take it easy, everybody. Have a nice week, and Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.